as we enter in the final round of the group stages, which gets underway. The hunt for the spot in the round of 16 is on, and very intensely so. The hosts, Qatar, have crashed out, sadly so, but without a single win. Netherlands and Senegal go through after an intense round of football. Joining them from the Group B will be England and USA, as Iran and Wales miss out. These four countries join France, Brazil and Portugal in the final knockout stages of the World Cup. Well, it's very exciting, and we'll be hoping for the glory for their countries. We have with us in the broadcast special two guests, of course, Englishmen. One, William Young, who's the coach from FC Minerva, but at the same time, we'll be joining soon by somebody who's based out of Qatar and has watched the matches live and who has given us the updates real time. Well, I'll go on to William Young right now. William, are you shiny, happy, and are you smiley instead of being groggy?
I guess the best word would be relieved. I thought England played pretty well last night. Still could have played a little bit better, but just relieved to just get out the group stages, especially after the USA game.
Absolutely. Let's talk about your Manchester City boy, Foden. Were you happy when he walked into the lineup? Just take us through his game. How did he manage to play, and so on and so forth?
So as soon as I saw him in the lineup, I thought it was going to be better, and in my opinion, it was. He's the type of player that we needed in that game. He's very creative. All the time, he was looking to drop into space. Can he try and find space in between the lines? And it's something that caused Wales a lot of problems. And obviously, as well, scoring the goal as well, that was a big help. So I think it was well worth Foden playing, and I think he's certainly claimed a starting place now for sure.
Well, we had three other matches, but the highlight of the entire run-up to the round of 16 was England for sure. Is it largely because they came in under severe criticism from the fans and the pundits there?
I think they definitely needed a response after how they played against USA for sure. Considering they played so well against Iran, and then to play so poorly against the USA, they needed to find some consistency. So hopefully, the way that they played today, with the criticism that they got, has provided a level of consistency. I think the other thing as well is it's given us a stamp on the tournament now, so that it's shown that we're capable of being able to actually beat good teams. So that's a big step forward.
Well, we have some fantastic visuals about the other games, but however, I'm going to take a step back and talk about Rashford. He's been under severe criticism in the last 12 months, 16 months run up to the World Cup. He's been mentally upset about various things, but he was a different animal altogether on the pitch last night. Your views, Mark? William?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I think with Rashford, he's probably needed some confidence. I think maybe Gareth Southgate giving him his faith in that he was going to start this game, which is an important game, was a big thing for him. And I think he saw it as his job and his duty as a player to give that back. And I think he certainly did do last night. He could have quite easily scored a hat-trick. And hopefully it gives him confidence to keep carrying on performing the way that he is doing.
Well, they go on to play Senegal. If you watched the match yesterday, they played out of their skin. They were a completely different breed, as we spoke altogether. They were a different beast on the field. Your views, how do you think England is going to match up to their speed, their determination, which distinguishes between the two? Your views, William?
I think it's going to be a very difficult game for us. Senegal, what we know, physically very strong, very fast, like you said, but also technically very good. I think it's going to be a very, very difficult game for us because one of our weaknesses is there's a lack of pace in our team. So I think there's a big chance we could get caught on the counter-attack. but I think we just have to be very cautious with how we approach them with respect. But hopefully, with the standard of player that we have, hopefully we can get through that game.
Well, do you think it's a redemption time for the coach? Because we've spoken about the players, we've spoken about the goalkeeper. But what we don't usually talk about is the coach himself. Do you think it's a redemption time for Gareth Southgate, considering that he missed a penalty in the 1996 World Cup that crashed out the hopes of various millions of Englishmen? Your views, William?
I think he's definitely repaying the public back after that for sure. But I think he's already given back an awful lot to the national team. Certainly in the last two tournaments. So, for example, World Cup 2018, we got to the semi-final. And then, we got through to semi-final, and then the Euros, we got to the final, and that's the most success that we have had for a long time under any manager. But I think what we need to do now is we need to win something. Whether Gareth is the right guy for that, whether that's how we go forward with him, I don't know. But I do think that's what. So I think he is repaying back, but I think he could still do more. And I think with winning this World Cup potentially.
Will he persist with Harry Maguire? He's been under a lot of criticism of late. Since you're an Englishman and a Manchester City boy, do you think Harry Maguire, are you biased towards Harry Maguire? Let's understand
that. When he's playing for England, no. Because whoever's playing for England, I want them to play well, obviously. But I think it's time looking for a change for Harry Maguire. You know, when we've left players like Fekir Tomori at home, not even on the bench, he's at home. I think there has to be something that has to change with him. But if he's going to perform for England, then it becomes tough.
Well, we need to also understand what will be the style of play against Senegal. We've spoken about the strategy, the tactics. According to you, who's going to make the cut and who are going to be notable omissions from the playing 11? According to you, your guess.
So I think Foden will definitely play. The way that he played yesterday, he has to play again. Harry Kane, if he's fit, he has to play. Rashford, if he's going to play as well as what he did, he has to play. Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, both played well. Maybe this might be a game for someone like Mason Mount, who may come in to add a bit more creativity, as well as a bit more energy when we're pressing. I think our back four will stay relatively stable as well. I don't think there's going to be any change there, because when you're playing a tournament, the last thing you want to do is be changing your back four. So I think it will be a familiar team. There may be one or two changes, such as Mason Mount may come in. We may even see someone like Callum Wilson. He may play if Harry Kane isn't fit, but that'd be my guess anyway.
Well, William, one important point. Yesterday we saw a cross from the right flank of Harry Maguire. Do you think a half-fit, Harry Kane, do you think a half-fit Harry Kane is good enough for the English side?
It's a very good question. Probably yes, I'd say so. Not if he's only half fit. I still think because he's so good in front of goal, because he's so creative, because he's so good at being able to use the defender, bring the defender away from pressure. These are things that he can do to influence the team, and ultimately you have to focus on the team. And I think if he plays, even if he's half fit, he's a danger. He's always a danger.
Well, William, we've spoken about a specific match, we've spoken about the players, we've also spoken about the coaches and everything. Now, what do you think will be the atmosphere back home? How are the fans treated? Do you think they're into a kind of a frenzy right now, or is it too early for them to party?
It's what we always do, no? So I think it will be very tentative. I think it will depend on what happens with Senegal. To how excited we start getting, because we're used to it. You know, we're used to a bit of disappointment. But hopefully we just keep winning one game at a time, and naturally the excitement will start to build. So let's see where it takes us. In terms of the public, obviously we're going to be excited, but let's just see.
Well, many pundits in their punditry have said that England is going to make it to the finals. Do you, in the heart of your heart, do you believe this team has it?
I think if everything comes together, we play as well as what we can, and we get the right opponents, yes. I don't think we're a shoo-in, or we're as confident as what a team like maybe France would be, maybe Argentina, Portugal, these teams. But I do think we're in with a chance, and I think if we get maybe not an easy draw, but if we get a favourable draw, then I think there's no reason as to why we can't get to the final.
Well, that was William Young, who actually believes that the cup is coming home. Stay tuned for more. This is Footcast Social on the FIFA World Cup.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.